we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who... But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, but Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, Wait a second! Look! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Wait! Could she be ignoring us? Well, even so, when we get the chance, Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us. Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something. But, look, she's sitting over there. What should we do now? All right, then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Oh. It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it's... Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? What's happening?
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out. Oh, no thanks are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up. Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these.
Sorry.
Now, the Guide to Avidia Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board, but if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine... So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training in meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneal I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences, or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room, and I'll...
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. Good. Now, continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already... Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's up... What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What a good idea! Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain. There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk? There's still a long road ahead.
All right, next let's see your right. But please.
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale. Today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... Well, you understand.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need... Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of... And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Got it! I'll be right there! All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire... As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up.
Paimon will fly up with you and help, by the way, Kale.
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Siristana.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Because you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. But if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but...
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must...
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend, so... How do you know that...
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, in one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But...
so that's how you knew.
Yep. So please know that you two... I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surat.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all. Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. Well, you two are up there cleaning. I'll...
Now that Paimon looks at it, do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? The name does seem to fit the statue. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a...
Yay! Food! What kind of good did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. No, not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers. So
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too.
Oh!
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire—
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonic—
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay. Guess... and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two.
Huh? Tighnari, what are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition.
You mean she's sick? How could she be?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she can...
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with...
Let's take this... All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized you were that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes. It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on affected areas of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability...
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier?
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and...
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you already are familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has...
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to...
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships.
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led her to break down this time. Though I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long distance... Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest.
Yeah, we'd like to do...
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place. especially for someone who's still recovering, like the
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as the Nilotpala lotus.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly?
Nilotpala lotuses can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. The Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaf. There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Alright, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me have a look. Good. Very good. I'm glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah, yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at...
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. Can you tell me the...
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So we decided...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime...
Wait, Tainari! Why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be—
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the... Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal with similar situations before.
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering. Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with me. I'm sure you'll both be able to help.
a withering zone. Even though Paimon's seen one before,
All right, Traveler. We're about to enter the Withering Zone. But please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much, you ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering Zone.
I hear you've got a job for me.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Shiver! Take flight!
Now! Destroy the tumor of the Withering!
we did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes. Thanks to you two,
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well.
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which Withering Zones appear has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that Withering Zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's for instance, even though we cleared out the Withering Zone, many of the plants that were affected. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of Withering Zone.
Huh? Well, what?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the Academy. No, none that we know of. The Withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of Oh, by the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul. The Dendro Archon is known as the god of wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is... And as for the Withering, its emergence... That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago, but even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time, until a cure is found. All right, that's enough on this topic.
Total of
Oh, Tainari, You all made it back.
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh? Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news.
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter for—
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her, needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still— I've got some emergency rations.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, traveler. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know that she—
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw when you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen— Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and you—
That sounds nice and all, but will she—
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. Please, wait here for a— Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure— Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her. No, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. Hypatia! There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Huh? What happened? And where are we? Really? Off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Follow the wind. Time to go. Time to go. Follow the wind. Cheer! Follow the wind. Time to go. With nature.
Allow me! Whirling snow!
The wind moves.
Take flight! Move out.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
You can't run!
Well. Looks like we meet again.
The Abyss Herald!
Strange place. Clotting.
Whirling punishment! Yeah! Clouds high. The birds call! My apologies! You can't run! Lights out. Yeah, judgment! Wind strike!
Hold the line!
Take flight! Embrace the ice! Yeah!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before!
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. Oh, pitiful traveler. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is the bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Oh, guess that makes... Anyways, we... Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainar...
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the... We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living?
Oh? So you're able to see them?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little... You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves...
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with... Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, and at that very moment, in my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned an... Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still is...
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells...
You can't run! Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to...
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question.
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spirit-born Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spirit-born Ale...
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could...
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole...
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritawas Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irmin. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to... I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that—
Whoa. So knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are— However, I've been feeling better as of late. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the— But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound—
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can—
Oh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream and— The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxiety, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sage. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw it. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember back then. I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things—
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers. If you two are ever in the area again, there's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance—
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Well, I figured that given his temper, he would come here and be—
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of—
You'll know once you've arrived.
And, how—
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way— If that's the case, then I'm afraid I can—
Tainari!
So be it. Come, Ghulam, we're leaving.
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is...
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be...
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any...
Well, do you at least know anyone we can
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been... Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia. Needless to say, this...
Great! Next up, Sumeru! That's right! Tainari, we have something
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her... She knew you two would be...
Thanks, Tainari. All right.
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us up.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. And, but I guess now I understand that
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy.
Yay! Thanks, Kale.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your... Well then,